Hello, so in this video I'm going to explain why CBT is useless for driving anxiety. If you have a fear of driving, I can promise you CBT is not going to fix it. Now if you don't know, my name's Paul and I work online with people all over the world to help them overcome their fear of driving. And years ago, one of the first things I studied was CBT. And it's useless. Why? Well, let me explain the things I hear all the time. And I'm not just picking on this particular book, but I'm going to use this in a moment to show you one example of why it doesn't work. Many people I work with who contact me say, I've been through CBT and it didn't do anything. And they say, well, I went to see this person and they just kept reading me all these questions and had to fill in all these forms. This is why it doesn't work. With CBT, they focus on your thoughts in the conscious mind around driving. So remember that they focus on your conscious thoughts around driving. First of all, it's got nothing to do with your conscious thoughts. If you've got a fear of driving, you'll know that when you're driving along and you get to, say, a bridge, for example, you're fine, and then you see a bridge and you start to panic. Does that make any sense at all? No. You can look at the bridge all you want and say, it's just a bridge. I'm okay, it's just a bridge. So why do you still get the feeling? Because the feeling is coming from your unconscious or subconscious, whichever you prefer to call it. It's not logical. Driving anxiety is not logical at all, and the more you analyse it and the more you try and make sense of it, the more you're going to fail, because it isn't logical. It's in your subconscious, unconscious, illogical, irrational mind, which works through feelings, emotions, colours, memories. It doesn't work with logic. So when you go for CBT and they start talking about driving, I can guarantee you this, as I've said in most of my videos, and those of you that watch know what I'm about to say. Say along with me, driving anxiety has nothing to do with driving. I really should make some t-shirts and sell them with that written on them, right? I can promise you 100% your fear of driving has nothing to do with driving. So when you go to these CBT practitioners and they ask you these stupid questions like, how do you feel about driving? Where's the danger in driving over a bridge? Did you know that statistically motorways are the safest roads? They give you these stupid statistics and logical thoughts that will do nothing, because if you haven't got the message by now, the problem isn't logical. It doesn't make any sense. So for an illogical problem, you need an illogical solution. The other part of why it fails to work is because, as we just said, it's nothing to do with driving. So why do they get you to focus on this driving? It doesn't make any sense why they get you to focus on the wrong thing. And they'll get you to fill in these forms, okay? I'll show you in this book. I'm just going to read through, just look at these forms, and I'll say to you, I want you to complete this form every week. Look at how many there are. And you've got to fill in all of these every day, every week, for not just months, but years. I've had people in CBT for years, and it's done nothing. They come to me, and sometimes in 1 hour, the problem's gone. Because CBT is a waste of time. Look at what it says on this cover. An indispensable book for anyone experiencing emotional problems, using the therapy that works. That doesn't work, right? I mean, it's nonsense. When you understand where anxiety comes from and how it works, you read this and you just think, this is absolutely pathetic. And just because it's used by the NHS, people think it's got to be good because doctors use it and nurses use it. If you're living abroad, because I work with people all over the world, The NHS is a national health service, so in the UK we don't pay for our healthcare at the hospital, we don't get a medical bill, it's just all paid for in taxes and whatever. And the NHS is fantastic. It's a brilliant thing that has saved the lives of millions of people, and it's great. But unfortunately, many times people who can't afford therapy, or they just think, oh, I'll just go to a doctor, because doctors are experts who know everything. They're not. And you'll get sent for some free CBT, and it's pathetic. It's never going to do anything. And I've had people come to me who have said, I really want to work with you, but it's a bit expensive, so I think I'll go and have some free CBT. And I'll wait for their email. 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks later, I get an email from them. Have you got any spaces available? What happened to the CBT? Right, I mean, let's go through this. What's it talking about? Mood scale. Rate your current mood from -5 to +5. How's that going to do anything? Rate your overall mood on the scale below. It's not going to do anything. Over the last 2 weeks, what of these things have bothered you? Have you had little interest in doing things? Are you feeling tired? Have you been eating properly? What does any of that got to do with anything? This is completely irrelevant. What a load of absolute rubbish this is. I mean, it makes you laugh when you read this, and you fill in all these forms week after week after week, and the person who's giving you the therapy analyses, I mean, look at this. It says your mood scale over the weeks. It's going up to week 20. Week 20. You can fix it in an hour or two. At worst, it may be, a month or two if you're going slow. Certainly not 20 weeks. Right. Behavioural, what is this rubbish? Write down what you're doing every hour of the day and how do you feel throughout the day. That is not going to get you anywhere, because they talk logically, and the problem isn't logical. It exists in your subconscious mind, which CBT doesn't understand. I've had people say they just sit there and they make you read. Statistically, roads are safer when they're high speed, and they fill your head with all these facts. Does that change anything? No, because it's logical, and if you haven't got the message by now, driving anxiety is not logical. That's why it doesn't make any sense. And why do you get it sometimes going when you're driving east, but not when you're going west? Why does it sometimes happen at night, but not in the day? Why does it happen on one bridge if you go one way, but not if you go the other way? Because it's illogical. It doesn't make any sense. And you will not solve an illogical problem with logic. It doesn't work. There are rare times when it can work, as I've said in other videos. I'll never rule anything out, but the vast majority of cases, not going to do anything. So, the way you can tell if anyone knows what they are talking about when it comes to the fear of driving or any problem is if they talk about that specific problem, they don't know what they're talking about. If you go for CBT and they are talking about driving, cars, roads, never going to fix anything, right? The fear of driving has got nothing to do with driving. The fear of heights has nothing to do with heights. The fear of spiders has nothing to do with spiders. Smoking has nothing to do with smoking. Weight gain and weight loss has nothing to do with weight gain and weight loss. They are all symptoms of another problem. There is something wrong in your life, in your past. It always makes me laugh when I say in your past, because it's not going to be in your future, although there are people who believe problems come from the future, but that's not for this video. You've got a problem, whatever it is, driving, smoking, weight loss, whatever. It's a symptom of something else. So you need to work on that something else subconsciously. This is where what I do excels. I don't just use hypnosis, but I do use it. and hypnosis allows you to access the part of your mind where the problem lives. No point in doing CBT, which is, by the way, cognitive behavioural therapy, or as some people call it, cognitive behavioural torture, or complete something and tribe is what I call it. But you are not going to fix driving fear with CBT, and if you say, well, I have, you haven't. If you did anything with CBT and you're driving, the problem is just going to come back, because all you've done is got a plaster and just stuck a plaster over the problem. What I do is dig down, get to the real root cause, dig out the root cause and fix it properly. And you don't even need to know what the root cause is. You don't even need to tell me any details about your life, your history. We fix it all without this nonsense of CBT, which does not work. Check out these other videos on the screen now for more help with your fear of driving, and you can contact me through my website firstdrive.com if you'd like to work with me one-to-one from anywhere in the world. Thanks for watching, and as always, I'll see you again soon for more videos.